In the early 20th century, during World War I, the Kurdish people's fate was being determined by the victorious powers. These powers decided to divide the Kurdish population among Turkey, Iran, Iraq, and Syria. This fragmentation was a calculated move to intervene in the affairs of these countries through the Kurdish question. The division of the Kurds led to struggles for recognition, autonomy, and independence. They found themselves as minorities in countries where they were marginalized and persecuted. The Kurdish question remains unresolved, and their fight continues into the 21st century. Just like the Kurds, the Jews also had their destiny shaped by the victorious powers of the world wars. After World War II, the Jews who had been scattered around the globe were gathered and placed in Palestine. This move was a calculated political move by the victorious powers to gain influence in the Middle East. The creation of Israel led to the displacement of Palestinians and sparked an ongoing conflict. The Jews, who had faced persecution in Europe, found themselves in a new conflict in the Middle East. The implications of Israel's creation extend beyond the Jews and Palestinians, impacting the wider Middle East and the world. The stories of the Jews and the Kurds reveal how the victorious powers of the world wars manipulated the destinies of these ethnic groups for their own political gains. The division of the Kurds and the gathering of the Jews had far-reaching consequences, shaping the struggles of these groups and influencing the geopolitics of the Middle East. These events remind us of the power dynamics that have shaped our world and continue to influence it. They prompt us to question political decisions and understand their implications for different ethnic groups. As we look to the future, these histories serve as a reminder of the need for a more just and equitable world where the rights and aspirations of all ethnic groups are respected. In the wake of the world wars, the victorious powers saw the Kurds and Jews not as diverse ethnic groups with their own distinct histories and aspirations, but as tools to intervene in the geopolitics of the Middle East. Their strategic use of the Kurdish and Jewish issues was less about the well-being of these groups, and more about exerting influence in this oil-rich and strategically important region. The manipulation of these ethnic groups had far-reaching consequences. It exacerbated tensions, fueled conflicts, and led to untold suffering for the Kurds, Jews, and the people of the Middle East. The Kurds longed for a homeland, the Jews sought refuge from persecution, and the people of the Middle East aspired for self-determination. Yet, their shared victimhood was the unintended result of the policies of the victorious powers. Today, the Kurds, Jews, and the people of the Middle East continue to bear the brunt of these historical manipulations. The wounds of the past remain fresh, and the quest for justice and dignity continues. As we reflect on these histories, it becomes clear that the manipulation of ethnic groups for political gains has a high human cost and leaves a lasting legacy of conflict and mistrust.